We're going to continue on in the same file. If you took a break, we're in guess the number with or.py. And what we have here is not good because this isn't how we want our program to work, because it's very impossible for this to happen, which means we have nullified this one. So let's start over. Let's get rid of this. Let's go all the way back to the beginning of our elif, and then let's get rid of the parenthesis here at the end of this line. Okay, so this is what your code should look like. We've got, right, check to see if the number plus 1 is the correct number, or the number that was guessed minus 1 is the correct number. Okay? Something that we could also do here that would make a little bit more sense with our and is let's drop this down. Let's put a parenthesis around this and one around this. Okay? So what we're saying for this condition is if either one of these is true, let's check the data type. Let's check to see if we're going to do type, and then we'll grab this thing, if that equals an int. Okay, so what we're saying here, and we'll drop an n in there so it's ready to go. Check to see the data type, right? So grab this thing, right? What's its data type? Is it an integer? Is it a float? Is it a string? Is it a boolean? Right? We're going to check to see if it's equal to this, and right. So if this one fails, we don't need to check the next one because it's failed. They can't both. It doesn't matter if the other one's true. If this one succeeds, go ahead and check the other side. So let's run this. I'm going to put in 2. Okay, and it failed, right? This is the else response, and we don't want that. So what happened here? Well, this is not how Python responds with type. If we come back over and I jump into a Python prompt, you don't need to do this. And I set x equal to 3, and then I print off type of x. Okay, this is what it kicks back. It doesn't kick back literally int, it kicks back class int. All right, so I'm going to copy that, and you don't need to. Just as a hint, this is not going to work. I'm going to paste that in here like so. So this is what it printed out to the screen. So let's check to see if type equals that, and then we're on one or the other side of it. Right? So I run the code. I'll guess 2. Okay, once again, we ended up in our else statement. Okay. The way that it works when we are checking a data type is we literally use the keyword int here, and that will check to see if what you get back from this is the same as an actual integer data type. All right, so let's try this. Clear that out. We'll guess 2. There we go. We got you were close. The number was 3. So what we can put here are things like str, int. We could put float in, put actual data types in, and that's how it will evaluate. So let's make a couple notes here because we've got quite a bit going on. I'm going to put a note in here, and we'll say, if checking a data type, you don't compare to a string, and I'll put string in quotations. Actually, let's do it this way. Let's say a string like int. You use the keyword for that data type, such as int, str, float, etc. Okay, so that's what we've got going on here. And then I'm going to put right after that, if using, we'll say and or, and I need to put that in quotations, together, use parentheses, okay, to group them. This is very important. It will save you so much time in life. I promise. I've tried to do it before thinking I'm smart enough to do it without this, and it's always miserable. Okay? So do that together. Let's also throw under here 2 ors, ... just one needs to be true. If we have an and, both need to be true. Alrighty, so we've got an or here, means either one of these and we're good to go. We have an and, means this needs to be true. And, well, we've got a condition here that needs to evaluate ultimately to true or false. Either one of these can get us to true. Okay?